Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Can I even call these things episodes? I really don't know, but the selection boxes are back. And we have the original selection box here along with the selection mini box. Is there anything in here I wanted? I did really great actually the last time that this came around. I'm not worried about those two. I want the zombie dragon out of this, and I think that's all I actually want. And the soul exchange. I don't know why I blanked out there, but there's nothing else that I really want out of here. But my main focus will probably end up being this, the selection mini box. Or selection box mini, however you prefer to say it, got some really nice new stuff, and there was a UR in here that I wanted, but I don't remember. Sangan. There you go. Sangan would be really nice. I don't really care for anything else. A Lila would be cool, and if I ended up getting a second Lila, maybe I'd start building a Lightsworn deck. King of the Swamp would also be fan-freaking-tastic. But I got 5,500 gems. I wasn't able to get those last little 30 gems that I needed to make it 6K, or 600, excuse me. No, I'm right, 6K. Because I'm on a strict little time schedule here. But we're going to go ahead and start off with this. Purchase limit of 6. Thank you to the two of you who watched this. Let's see. Oh, and I saw a comment that every single thing was going to have, or that every pack for a limited time was going to have a SR or higher. But this is interesting. Or an interesting format, because I don't get to see everything spread out on top of each other like cards normally are. But this is really cool. I like United Front. Common Charity. This actually reminds me of real life, like, mega packs. Void Trap Hole. Sick with it. Because in real life, Yu-Gi-Oh!, we have these things called mega packs. That come in very special boxes of stuff. What other unique ones are here? Is it just the Sangan and whatever? And when you get those, you get a bunch of commons. I think you get some rares in it. It kind of depends, but mostly you get 2 different or 3 different rarity levels of cards in that one little pack, and it's just really cool. It's really cool. These things come with like 10 cards in them. I don't know how many. I wasn't counting. I think there's 10 cards in these summoning packs too. And it looks like cards can come from all sorts of places, because that continuous spell back there was from that Kaiba deck. So this is actually really interesting. Okay, Fusion Recycling Plant. Not bad, not bad. I don't think I'm going to use that, though. I haven't even seen other people play that card at all. But we got 4 more packs here for this mini box. And even though I thought about it the last time the selection box had came around, or the first time the selection box came around, I will not actually be spending any money on this now that my theory has been confirmed, and that these cards will in fact come out at a later date in other boxes. So I'm not tripping if I don't get one of everything. But still, my luck pulling that Dark World Dealings was fabulous, man. I got those protagonist powers, and I got all those SRs too. I think I got more than one UR from the original as well. Draining Shield, that's not bad. It's not bad. So what I want to know is, because if you guys don't know, up in the top where they have the little chat box thing, sometimes the game will make announcements there too. And they're like really sly and low key in that manner. But one of them, and you'll know that it's an announcement because it'll come up in blue text. Everyone else's text can only ever be white. In the blue text it said you get an SR or higher from every single pack, but I don't know if that only applies to the selection pack or to the other boxes as well. So we're going to go ahead and see. And with all this going on with the Cyrus event and everything, I'm actually really glad that I decided to save those last, what was it, 2,000 gems for the last video that we that we had here on the channel, because now I have money that I can blow on these boxes. And once I'm done with the selection mini box, I don't know if I want to go back to the original one, to be honest with you guys. Oh, my internet's gone somehow. That's cool. I don't know if I want to do the original box, but I might, since they're relatively cheap. But I definitely want to open up 1 or 2 packs of some other box, any other box, to see if it does apply to the thing. If I'm not here too late, if I'm here too late and it's too late for me to get a guaranteed foil card, then I mean that's just too bad for me, But I had a lot of work to do. Whatchamacallit? Oh, this one's not glowing the same. Am I gonna get some trash? I really hope not. I had a lot of work to do. There was this project, because I'm actually studying psychology, and there was this project I had to do where essentially it's a group project, and we had about 2 months to do this. We basically build our own company, or organization, as I say, not just a company. And the organization has to focus on, that's a really nice rare. It has to focus on like fixing some sort of problem that has to do with one of the different things that we've talked about, right? And so my group was going to focus on youth violence, prevention methods for it, and all that other stuff. And so with that, like, you basically have to write a proposal plan, And so a proposal plan says, this is the background on why we decided to do this. Here is the name of the company, what it stands for, our different goals and objectives underneath each of those goals, and how we want to achieve all those. And you even have to write out a full detailed budget for, this money is going to these staff members, and this is what their salaries are going to be, and all that stuff, right? It's really, really crazy. And what happened was, ultra rare, Red Eye / Dragon. Alright, I didn't get a Sanguine, but you know what? It's actually okay. I'm actually just really happy that I got any SR at all. So maybe I'll go on to the selection box after all, just to try my luck. Because let's see. That would be 2,000, so I'd still have 5 pulls on another box. But is there anything I even want out of this? Anyways, while this thing is loading, yeah, and so it's my group was a group of 5, right? And what happened was the other 3 members had all the contact info, and so I was kind of just waiting around so that I could hear from somebody, so that somebody who had all the phone numbers and stuff, could contact me and say, okay, this is let's get to work and everything. And that didn't happen, and so I was like, you know what? I think it's due today, and I was like so stressed, which was like really hard for me because I've actually never really felt stressed out before. Usually I can always deal with things even if they are last second. I can get things done. So I just really wasn't feeling well at all. I'm not used to feeling stress, and then the dude finally hits me up and he says, hey, you want to work on the project? And I'm like, dude, it's been almost a month since we were given this damn thing, because the day that we were assigned, all the groups got together and spent the rest of the class time to talk about the stuff, and they never did anything after that. Nobody did anything after that except me doing the research, and I had completely given up on them, and I was running to the library getting ready to start working on the final paper, and I was already doing it myself. And he says, hey, let's get to work now. And I'm like, really, dude? And this is a class where everybody is an adult. I'm the only kid there outside of one other person who happens to be my group mate. But it was really, really stupid and frustrating and everything. So here we are, and I had to ditch class because of this. Here we are, I want to say 2 to 3 hours before class begins, trying to do our damn project. And I'm like, there's no freaking way, because this guy shows up and he didn't even do any research. And our plan was, hey guys, we're gonna do research. You're gonna take this, you're gonna take that. I'm gonna do this, etc. The work was split up really nice. It was really simple. This was simple enough at this stage for high school students to do this, even though it was college level work. And oh, those sick SRs. I don't know, man. I was really tilted about it because like he didn't contribute anything in that whole 3 hours. He like kind of typed up a mini list and that was it. Meanwhile, I did the whole 2 to 3 pages of writing in that short time, and then we submitted it, and the professor really liked it, and we went from there. You know, and the group got a pass. But that thankfully, that wasn't the day that the final copy was due. That was just when we present to him our outline, right? And it was like 2-3 weeks later is when we submit our outline to him, and he re-reviewed it, and he was like, all right, this is still looking really fabulous. Again, I had did all the work. Shit, I didn't get anything from that, really. I mean, nothing that I wanted, but I guess this stuff only applies for the selection box. You know, I'll just go back there. And so, yeah, it's the second month now, right? And I texted the guy before class about last week, and I said, hey, what progress have you guys made? And he's like, well, I added to the budget because that was his part. And I'm like, that's it, dude? He was like, yeah, you know, I just kind of added to the budget, and I've been trying to text the guy who's supposed to do the PowerPoint, and I can't reach him. And I'm like, freaking great, because the one of the other, so that's 3 of us, right? One of the other team members, is this going to be something juicy, never shows up, ever. He showed up like twice or 3 times this entire time. And the other team member, I don't know where his head's at, because he like kind of rambles when he speaks, and nothing he says really makes sense. And I couldn't even read his notes because it was just chicken scratch, and I had to like do his entire part of the project too. I was really anal about the whole thing. I was really, really pissed and tilted and triggered and all this other stuff. Ew, wonder balloons. Ugh. And so here it is. I had to like sit down the other day and do the entire project by myself, because not even the budget. 2 months of work. The guy only came up with 1 page of work, and it's not even 1 page of writing. It's just a list that goes down for about 1 page. Oh, okay, hang on. And it's like I had to redo that part too, because he didn't even do that right. So that's why I've been lagging, but the vlogs are on their way. I can start editing them today now that I have some time and stuff. So thanks for thanks for letting me rant, you guys. And what are we gonna get? Sanga of the Thunder. Is this the last? Ooh, okay. I didn't get that one yet. But yeah, I mean, thanks for letting me. I hope I didn't freaking bore you guys with all that. I just wanted to get that off my chest finally. But and I told them too. I was like, you know what? I'm doing this whole paper since I have to do all this myself. You guys figure out, because the guy, having told me we've made no progress, that same day in class told the professor, hey, my group is ready to volunteer to do our presentation next week, and we only meet once a week. And I was like, what the fuck are you saying? We've made 0 progress. And so since he volunteered us, our group was signed up to present, and so I had less than 6 days to essentially make an entire company and stuff. But I got it done, and now I'm back here with you guys, stress-free, which feel nice. Yes, fuck yeah, baby. Soul Exchange. This is what I love. And then I also have the rest of the Battle City replays. I realized that I forgot to put those at the end of the last video, so sincerely apologize for forgetting that. As you can see, my mind was actually all over the place with my schoolwork, but I'll try not to slip like that again. And now my schoolwork is actually going to be a lot easier. Outside of just preparing myself for the finals, I'm not really going to have any homework anymore, so I'll have more time to bring you guys content. And I'll get back to the Pokemon stuff right now. Speaking of the Pokemon stuff really quick, The legendaries have switched regions, so Latios has swapped with Latias, and so I'll probably be heading down. I don't know if I want to go to Santa Monica because that's order to charge. Because all the videos are in Santa Monica when I do them, you know, and it's like I'm only ever at the pier. If I do go to Santa Monica again, I'll try and hit up a different area that I haven't really filmed for you guys and try to play around there. Maybe I'll play around in the actual city and not just downtown. Or maybe I'll just go to some other city and we'll just see how that works. But definitely it has to be some kind of beach or something where a lot of people gather, because that's the only shot that I'll have at battling a legendary. But that was that really quick. As for the state of Duel Links, one thing I wanted to bring up is I like where it's at right now. But the one thing that I'm Wild Tornado, one thing that I'm pretty dissatisfied with is there's too much of an imbalance right now as between the two worlds. So all the focus was on the original world, which makes sense because it came first, but all the focus still is in the original world, in the sense that like 80-90% of the events that we get are meant for the original Yu-Gi-Oh world, you know, and they constantly, and I like how many characters we've got, don't get me wrong, and the events were really, really good for me, but I don't like that there's not any roaming events, or there's not nearly as many roaming events for the GX world. I don't like that. Ooh, you are clean. I don't like that it doesn't feel like there's ever gonna really be that many unlockable characters for GX. You know, it feels like Zane and Yubel are the only things we're actually waiting for, and it doesn't feel like there's any other good characters past that. And it's like we're kind of left in the dark a little bit with where GX is gonna go. My hope is once they add 5Ds, then they'll leave the original world alone outside of roaming events and start doing this, showing the same type of love to GX and just loading it up with stuff. Because even in GX, because there's not as many characters, or because characters don't have the same type of skills as in the original world, farming decks aren't really strong in GX at all. Like, I mean, this could be my closed-mindedness to like the deck building side of Duel Links right now. That's an okay SR. But as far as I'm concerned, the only farming characters that are from the GX world that I can use are Alexis and Bastion. And like Alexis can only really use the Cyber Angel deck, you know? Whether that be the farming version or the meta version or whatever the hell. And then Bastion can only just use his generic skills in order to copy whatever farming deck you have from the original world, and so on and so forth. And I'm not happy with Bastion. Like, his level up rewards really, really suck. I wish that they would give him better stuff, or whether it be better skills that he can use, you know, like better unique skills outside of just the field spells, which, I mean, originally I had really negative opinions of, but after using them, I actually have grown pretty fond of them. But I don't know, there's just, maybe it's just me. If you guys feel the same way, let me know, but I feel like there's a pretty big imbalance between the two worlds right now. And for when 5Ds comes, I'm actually really curious on how that's going to work. Because, see, the thing with synchro decks is a good amount of them need some sort of spamming. So that because you need to fill your board up with monsters for the synchro summon, right? But then, I wonder, because with 5 spaces, you can just bam, 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 and then stockpile a bunch of low-level monsters in order to build something good, right? But how would it work in a game that only has 5 sick with it glossy. I like this card. In a game that only has 5 extra deck slots and only 3 main monster zones, what would be the relevance of low-level monsters at all in the game in terms of synchro decks and whatnot? And I'm also really curious with Fables, because for those of you who never played Fables outside of this, Fables aren't just a deck that, you know, kind of relies on Snipe Hunter. Well, they kind of are. But Fables are supposed to be a semi-low level, and I'm talking about just the stars, like literal low-level deck that spams the field so that you can make all different types of synchro monsters. But that's not really possible in any way that I can think of with only 3 main deck monsters. So I'm really curious to see how Konami's going to handle that for this game once they introduce that world, because, you know, there would have to be a really high focus on level 3. And oh, nice! Zombie Dragon. Shit, why have I never had this monster before? Matter of fact, maybe that's what I'll do with my last 2,000 gems. You know, let's go ahead and see what pack can you even get the Zombie Dragon for. I'm gonna look that up and I'll be right back. So it turns out that, and I should have thought of this at the top of my head, Red Eye's Zombie Dragon comes out in the Crimson Kingdom. Good and bads, right? Because I have a sort of a history with this specific box. If you guys don't know, whether you be new or maybe you just forgot, I'm kind of 50-50 with this box. You know, I got my really lucky pulls a lot of the time. Like you just saw, I busted 500 in that random box and I got 2 SRs out of that, which was pretty clean. But, and I've made, like, pulled all sorts of wild stuff. But the thing with Crimson Kingdom is, for the first couple thousand gems that I spent on this thing, I would get absolute ass. And then with the second couple thousand gems I would spend on this thing, I would get godly pulls. Which, I mean, now that I'm saying it out loud, it makes a little more sense. But, like, still, you know? So, I'm not sure how well this is going to go. If I can't get another Zombie Dragon out of this, I would really love to get a Wyvern. Because those 2 Red Eye monsters are really what I'm aiming for right now. Yo, and that Dream Ticket is fantastic. I still haven't spent mine, though. Because if you read it, the Dream Ticket is still going to be valid for an entire year until May 10th of 2019 is when it expires. So I'm holding on to it to see when a super juicy box comes out with another really staple UR or something equivalent of that, like something that's really hard to pull, comes out. That way, you know, I can just go ahead and drop my Dream Ticket, pull that out, and then reset the box if that's how that works or whatever the hell. Are there still cards I've never pulled out of this? I mean, for the common stuff? That's crazy. Ooh, okay. There was no Karibos, but that is a monster. So fingers crossed, guys. I'm gonna close my eyes. I don't need this shit. Okay, is this a sign? Ooh, this looks promising. Bam. Okay, this looks promising. It's another monster. It's a Alright, well, it's a UR. I mean, screw it. I'm not going to complain about a freaking Ultra. Jeez. And now that I have 2 copies, I can probably build that deck. So that's really, really nice. You know what? Maybe this is a sign that this is going to be a good spend. You know? Maybe everything's going to be alright. Also, when do you guys think we are going to get Obelisk the Tormentor? Because, you know, there was no Obelisk that we could use anyways, outside of Exchange or whatever gimmick deck you want to run, in that second half of Battle City. But Battle City is over. So, Do you think there's going to be some sort of third Duelist Chronicle where we can unlock Obelisk? Or do you think it's going to be something kind of random like what they did with Strings? Because I honestly have no clue. Like, who would you even... Would it be just if Shizu pops up, you duel her, and then you get your Obelisk? Like, I have no idea how that's gonna really play out. But I don't know, we'll see. That's definitely gonna be a deck people are gonna use though, because Obelisk is the only printed god card that has the no targeting effect or whatever else, which is clutch. And if there should already be some out there. With how the Yu-Gi-Oh community works, I know there's got to be at least one deck out there for Duel Links already, but a hardened armed god card deck should already exist. Oh, and one thing, I'll probably build this because I think I have enough cards for it. There's this one deck that came out way back in like 2011, 2012 for Slifer, but for a fairy deck, right? And so basically, you go ahead and you use Valhalla, which can special summon a fairy if you have no monsters. You want to get out Tethys, which is in the game, and it's supposed to be if you draw... Ew, that was ugly. If you draw a fairy monster, you can reveal it and draw again, and this keeps going. But that's like only if it only applies for your normal draw, for your draw phase, you know? And with that, you're supposed to be able to like draw your entire deck and just obliterate your opponent with Slifer, and you use the god Venus in order to summon the Mystic Shine Balls, you know? Which is really, really cool. And that was an okay pack. I'd prefer an okay pack over a trash pack, so. As everybody would. Was that even English? Alright, we potentially... Is this a tease? There's nothing good in here. No. Alright, I'll take it. I'll take it. Still waiting for one of those 2 Red Eyes monsters. I'm not sure, because we're only gonna have, what is this, 17 packs, you know? So I'm starting to think I'm not gonna get either one of those. Okay. I like where this is going. Is this about to... That's a fusion monster. What fusion is in this? Oh! Yes! Dude, I needed a second one of these. Fuck yeah. Crimson Kingdom. Yo, the flashbacks with me and that fusion monster, dude. Flashback to when I pulled that the Paladin and the Buster Blader fusion. That was, jeez, 2 SRs and a Dark Paladin of all you R's. This was an amazing 500. But we got just 500 left. Fingers blessed, guys, or fingers crossed, guys, that I can get one of the Red Eyes monsters. Go ahead and down in the comments, hashtag bless your pulls. Wish me good luck and stuffs. Pack number 1 is gonna be booty, so we'll just skip right through this. We're at the halfway point and still nothing at all. This is not looking like a good pull. Okay, is this gonna be something? No bam. I don't think this is gonna be anything. Oh! Nice! I got it! And we're not done. I know I know that the glow isn't really saying much right now. But if this is a UR, I'm gonna fucking scream. There's a BAM. If this is a UR, it's not a fusion. I'll scream another day. Alright, so all in all, these were an amazing 2,000 gems that I went ahead and blew on this box. Crimson Kingdom, you have pulled through for me yet again, my friend, and I thank you for that. But now I still have those dual replays that I owe you guys. Roll the clip. Alright, and that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for sticking around, and be sure to stick around for future videos on the HomeBoiz channel, as well as the individual channels, in the description below. And I will see you guys next time. Later, people.
Turn your appearance to a disappearance. I fuck with nothing but gangsters, nothing but hustler niggas. Sound off, sound off.